Are you tired of working 40 hours a week just to make someone else rich? Do you feel like no matter how hard you work, you're stuck on a hamster wheel, trading time for money with no real way out? Well, you're not alone. In this video, we're breaking down the biggest reasons why most people stay trapped in the 9-to-5 grind, and more importantly, how you can escape it. If you're ready to build real freedom and take back control of your life, stick with me, because this could be the video that changes everything. Comfort zones are addictive. One of the most underestimated traps that keep people locked into their 9-to-5 jobs is the seductive pull of the comfort zone. At first glance, a full-time job provides what seems like the ultimate package of security. A consistent paycheck that arrives on schedule, health insurance to cover medical expenses, paid time off, and perhaps even a retirement plan. These perks create a bubble of predictability, and within that bubble, it feels safe, familiar, manageable. But what most people don't realize is that this safety is often an illusion, and the comfort zone can slowly transform into a prison. Even when people hate their jobs, dreading Mondays, feeling undervalued, or dreaming of more creative and fulfilling work, they often stay put. Why? Because stepping into the unknown is terrifying. Starting a business comes with the possibility of failure. Freelancing has unpredictable income. Investing in real estate, stocks, or side hustles involves risks, learning curves, and often a lot of upfront effort. Most people are conditioned to avoid uncertainty at all costs. So, instead of exploring what's possible beyond the traditional job, they convince themselves it's not worth it. Maybe things aren't that bad, they say. At least I have a paycheck. And so years pass by, and the idea of escaping the 9-to-5 becomes less and less imaginable. But here's the hard truth. Everything people desire, freedom, financial independence, passion-driven work, exists outside the comfort zone. Growth doesn't happen when you're playing it safe. It happens when you're taking calculated risks and learning from discomfort. The way to break free isn't by quitting your job tomorrow and plunging into chaos. It's by gradually expanding your comfort zone. Start small. Launch a side hustle on weekends. Learn a new skill that can generate income. Start networking with people who are already living the lifestyle you want. As your confidence grows and you gain real-world experience, the leap into full-time freedom won't feel so overwhelming anymore. Fear of failure. Fear is one of the most paralyzing emotions humans experience. It's hardwired into us to protect us from danger. But in modern life, fear doesn't usually come from physical threats. It comes from emotional ones. The fear of losing money, the fear of looking stupid, the fear of disappointing family and friends who might say, "See? I told you that wouldn't work." The fear of working hard on something and watching it fail. For many, the possibility of failing at a business, a creative project, or an investment is scarier than the guaranteed mediocrity of a job they dislike. And because of that, they settle. They cling to the familiar, even if it's slowly draining their happiness. They tell themselves stories like, "It's too risky," or "Maybe next year," or "I'm not cut out for entrepreneurship." This fear keeps people stuck in the 9-to-5 for years, sometimes decades. Ironically, the thing they're avoiding, failure, is inevitable. Every successful person has failed, often many times. And the truth is, staying at a job you hate, giving your best years to something that doesn't inspire you, and retiring without the financial freedom to enjoy life, that's its own kind of failure. But because that's what's normal in society, people don't question it. Reframe failure. Instead of seeing failure as the end, start viewing it as feedback. Every failure teaches you what doesn't work, bringing you closer to what does. Study the biographies of successful entrepreneurs, artists, and investors. You'll quickly notice they didn't avoid failure, they embraced it. Take small, calculated risks, and when things don't go perfectly, reflect, adjust, and try again. The only real failure is quitting on your dreams. Lack of financial education. Most schools are not designed to produce entrepreneurs or investors. They're designed to produce employees, people who know how to follow instructions, complete tasks, and work within systems designed by others. As a result, most people graduate without the slightest clue how money really works. They know how to earn money by working, but not how to make money work for them. Concepts like passive income, investing, asset building, and financial independence are foreign to the average person. They don't know the difference between good debt and bad debt. They don't understand how compound interest works. They aren't taught how to start a business, how to manage cash flow, or how to create multiple income streams. And because of this, they get stuck on the hamster wheel of trading time for money, month after month, year after year. Without financial education, people fall into common traps. They think getting a higher salary is the key to wealth, so they spend their whole lives chasing raises. They think saving money in a low-interest account is playing it safe, not realizing that inflation is quietly eroding their purchasing power. They believe investing is too risky because they don't understand how to do it wisely. Take ownership of your financial literacy. No one is coming to teach you unless you seek it out. Start reading books on wealth building, entrepreneurship, and investing. Follow financial experts and successful business people. Listen to podcasts. Take courses. Even dedicating 30 minutes a day to learning about money can completely transform your understanding in a year. Once you understand the rules of money, you can start creating your own path to freedom. Lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is one of the sneakiest traps that keep people stuck in the 9-to-5 grind. It works like this. You get a raise, and instead of saving or investing the extra income, you increase your expenses. Maybe you upgrade to a bigger house with a higher mortgage, or you lease a nicer car, or you take more luxurious vacations. Your lifestyle expands to match your new income level, and suddenly, you're no better off than you were before the raise, except now you have even more financial obligations to keep up with. This is where the concept of golden handcuffs comes into play. You might hate your job, but you can't afford to quit because your lifestyle depends on that paycheck. You've built a life that requires constant high-level income to sustain, and as you keep upgrading, the pressure only grows. At this stage, you're no longer working for freedom or purpose. You're working to maintain the illusion of success. Many people spend their entire lives in this cycle. Their bank accounts stay stagnant because every dollar of extra income goes straight out the door. They mistake possessions for wealth. But true wealth isn't about what you buy. It's about the assets you own that generate income whether you're working or not. Practice intentional spending. Before you upgrade your lifestyle, ask yourself, will this purchase help me build long-term freedom? Focus on acquiring assets, things like investments, real estate, and businesses, that put money in your pocket. Live below your means and use the extra money to grow your financial foundation. The goal is to get your money working for you so that one day you can walk away from the 9-to-5 entirely. Debt is a dream killer. Debt is one of the most effective tools for keeping people stuck in jobs they don't love. Credit card debt, student loans, car payments, and mortgages pile up fast. By the time most people hit their late 20s or early 30s, they're already buried under thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. And here's the trap. Debt limits your options. When you have massive monthly payments, you're not free to take risks. You can't afford to quit your job and travel for 6 months. You can't easily launch a startup because you have bills to pay. You can't invest in a promising opportunity because your money is tied up paying interest. Debt forces people to prioritize survival over dreams, and once you're locked in, it's incredibly hard to break free. Make it a priority to eliminate high-interest debt as quickly as possible. Cut unnecessary expenses and redirect the money toward debt repayment. Avoid taking on new debt unless it's directly tied to building income-producing assets. Remember, debt can either be a tool that helps you grow wealth or a shackle that keeps you trapped. Use it wisely. Trading time for money. The traditional 9-to-5 job model operates on a simple exchange. You trade your time for a paycheck. You clock in, you work a set number of hours, and at the end of the week or month, you get paid. Sounds fair, right? But the reality is, this system has a hard limit. No matter how hard you work, there are only 24 hours in a day and only so much energy you can expend. Once you hit that ceiling, your income stops growing unless you take on more hours or beg for a raise. The harsh truth is, even high-paying jobs suffer from this problem. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, while they may earn more per hour, they're still trapped in the same model. If they stop working, the money stops flowing. Meanwhile, those who achieve financial freedom aren't trading time for dollars. They're building systems, businesses, and investments that make money around the clock. whether they're awake, asleep, on vacation, or spending time with family. The key is to shift your mindset from worker to owner. Start thinking about how to build income-producing assets. This could mean investing in dividend-paying stocks, purchasing rental properties, creating digital products, or building a business that doesn't require your constant presence. It may take time to build, but once in place, these assets can pay you indefinitely. Lack of clarity and vision. A lot of people say they want to quit their jobs and build a life of freedom, but when asked, what exactly would you do if you didn't have to work your 9 to 5 anymore, they draw a blank. They haven't taken the time to define what freedom actually looks like for them. Is it traveling the world? Running an online business? Spending more time with family? Without that clear picture, it's nearly impossible to create a plan that gets you there. When you don't have a clear vision, it's easy to drift through life on autopilot. You tell yourself, one day I'll figure it out, but that day never seems to come. Before you know it, years have passed, and you're still stuck in the same place. Start by getting crystal clear on your ideal life. Picture it in vivid detail. How do you spend your days? Where do you live? How much money do you need each month to support that life? What work, if any, excites you? Once you have that vision, you can reverse engineer the steps to get there. Clarity creates direction, and direction leads to action. Social pressure and expectations. From a young age, we're taught to follow a specific path. Go to school, get good grades, land a stable job, and work until retirement. This narrative is so deeply ingrained that any deviation from it often triggers judgment and skepticism. If you decide to quit your job to start a business, pursue a passion, or travel the world, you might hear comments like, "That's risky, you're being irresponsible," or "Why can't you just be happy with what you have?" This societal pressure can be suffocating. It's not just strangers, it often comes from those closest to us, parents, friends, colleagues. Fear of disappointing others or being labeled a failure keeps people locked in a lifestyle they secretly despise. Surround yourself with people who share your vision. Find online communities, mentors, and friends who have already broken free from the system and are living proof that it's possible. Their encouragement will help drown out the noise of societal expectations. When the people around you normalize success outside the traditional 9 to 5 path, your own dreams suddenly feel a lot more achievable. Procrastination. Procrastination is the silent killer of dreams. How often have you told yourself, "I'll start next month," or "Once things slow down, I'll focus on my goals"? But life rarely slows down, and next month turns into next year. Before long, you're looking back, wondering where the time went and why you're still stuck in the same place. The truth is, time is your most precious resource, and it's slipping away every day. Waiting for the perfect moment is just another form of fear disguised as logic. There will never be a perfect time. The only way to create change is to start right now. Take action immediately, no matter how small. Open that savings account. Research that side hustle. Write down your business idea. Build momentum with tiny steps, and over time, those small actions compound into massive results. The key is consistency and starting today, not tomorrow. Poor time management. Many people claim they don't have time to work on a side hustle or learn new skills, but if you audited their day, you'd likely find hours spent on low-value activities like scrolling social media, binge-watching TV, or mindlessly browsing the internet. These time leaks quietly steal away the hours you could use to build a better future. If you're serious about escaping the 9-5 grind, you'll need to prioritize your freedom over short-term pleasures. That might mean waking up an hour earlier or cutting back on Netflix. It's not easy, but the sacrifice is temporary, while the rewards can last a lifetime. Track your time for a week. Identify where you're wasting hours. Then replace those low-impact activities with high-impact tasks that push you closer to your goals. Even dedicating just 1-2 focused hours a day can radically transform your life over the course of a year. Relying on a single source of income. Most people have just one source of income, their job, and that's risky. If you lose your job due to layoffs, company closures, or health issues, your entire income disappears overnight. The wealthiest individuals know this and protect themselves by creating multiple streams of income. Imagine having money flowing in from a side business, rental properties, stock dividends, and digital products. If one stream dries up, the others keep you afloat. This is how true financial stability, and eventually freedom, is built. Start by adding just one extra income stream. It could be freelance work, an online store, or passive investments. Over time, add more. Diversifying your income is like building a safety net that keeps growing bigger and stronger. Not prioritizing freedom. Most people say they want freedom, but their daily actions prove otherwise. They prioritize comfort, entertainment, and short-term pleasures over the hard work required to build lasting freedom. They stay in the same routines, spending weekends on the couch and evenings scrolling their phones, while the years quietly slip away. Freedom requires focus. It requires the discipline to make sacrifices today for a better tomorrow. But once you taste true freedom, having control over your time, your income, and your life, you'll realize it was worth every bit of effort. Decide right now if freedom is genuinely your top priority. If it is, start acting like it. Choose productive actions over passive distractions. Cut back on unnecessary expenses. Invest in your future self. Build with intention every single day, and soon you'll wake up to the life you once only dreamed about. Look, escaping the 9-to-5 isn't easy. It takes clarity, action, and the courage to break away from what everyone else is doing. But if you're serious about building a life on your own terms, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time? Right now. If this video gave you value, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below telling me which of these traps you're breaking free from first. And remember, while most people waste their time waiting for the right moment, winners are out there creating it. So, what are you waiting for? Your freedom starts today.